Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Siralim Ultimate, and we are going to continue on with our quest. I did enjoy the rhythm of the last episode, so we're going to continue on in the same vein, which is to say, for the first half, we will be doing a bit of farming for rare skins. That's to say, up until we fight the first false god, and then for the second one, we'll be doing random realms. So let's do it like that. What we will start with is we're gonna be doing realms that are ones where we need to find mimic skins, and I'll be doing them in the reverse order from which I did them last time. I'll start with the Barons. Actually, I'll start with Torture Chamber. Why not? Let's do it. Also, let me make a note of what we need to do. We need to open chests. We need to find Pando shrines. Lots of treasure maps as well. Lots of riddle dwarves. A few nether realms. We gotta do all kinds of everything. 15 enemies at the candle is nice. We gotta kill lots of nature creatures, lots of life creatures. Okay. Lots of stuff to do. And we gotta find a dumpling as well. Right. We'll get all this done. All this and more. Hopefully. Alright. And we do not need to hand in our goblet, so we will hold on to that one. Right. Seems reasonable. Okay. One thing I will mention is that I'm recording this episode earlier in the morning. I'm gonna be back to work in a couple weeks. And I actually took a lot of time off this summer, which has been great. But of course, the downside to taking time off is that you then you get used to certain, certain things, a certain kind of lifestyle, and then when the time off comes to an end, the more time you've been the more time you've taken off, it becomes a whole thing. One thing I'll do is I gotta pull up my spreadsheet, cause we gotta summon some people at the candle. So let me just pull it up and let me not accidentally shut down my game. Let me, with pinpoint precision, only close the folder. There we go. So we need to do a lot of life creatures, a lot of nature creatures. So life creatures, in terms of life creatures with no skins, let me just sort ascending. Oh yeah, we still haven't found any wisp skins, and nature, we're still looking for hunter skins, I do believe. So that's how we'll do things. Wisp. Let's get a couple of those. And hunters once we've made some room. Alright. We'll do it like that. We'll do it like that. And of course, in this realm, we need to open every chest, hoping that we run into some mimics. Alright. Sounds like a plan. We also need to break a bunch of stuff. I'm pretty sure we need to break stuff, right? Yeah. Already 1/8 of the way there, which is good. We're not even fully done with this realm. I think it takes about like 4 or 5 realms to fully complete the objective for destructible objects, which is reasonable. One thing I will say is that well, before I get into that, Hang on, let me just get a sip of water. My throat is actually holding up pretty well this morning. Usually, I'm one of those people. I'm not a morning person, and whenever I'm up in the morning, uh, like my throat just takes a long time to warm up, so to speak, and I always sound and to some extent feel like I have a cold in the morning. Like my in fact, I can feel it and I can kind of hear it right now even. Sounds a little bit nasally, but you know what? It's just something I'm used to at this point. Usually, within about 20 to 30 minutes, I'm fully, you know, acclimated to the day, but it does take a while. So yeah, that's the first thing I'll mention. Apologies if sound a little bit nasally. The second thing I'll mention is more gameplay related. So I'm gonna be in these farming sessions focusing exclusively on the mimic realms, and not so much on the dumpling realms, because one thing I noticed was there is a bonus that you get at rank 94 for, I would assume, all of the gods. So let's focus on somebody that we have level 94 with. Vertrag. So the level 94 bonus specifically is a boost to the dumpling spawn chance, and there are a number of realms where dumplings are the rare dumpling skin is still unaccounted for, and we could be farming for dumplings in those, and of course you could always just find a dumpling, and then if you're really lucky, the dumpling has a special skin to give you. But the chances of that happening obviously are gonna go up if your base chances for spawning dumplings in general are higher. So rather than trying to force the issue, I think it makes more sense to wait until we hit that threshold, and you know, maybe, not even maybe, but definitely we will hit that threshold. Where's the master? Excuse me? Is he there? Is that him? But yeah, like, we'll hit the threshold eventually, right? Because we've already gone past level 90 with every single one of the gods. We're at level 92 with some. We're doing pilgrimage missions as well to whichever god is at the lowest. Eventually, they will, all of them, they will hit level 94, and indeed our goal is to hit level 100 with all of them. Level 94 is just a stepping stone along the way. But for the dumpling things specifically, the only realm where we have a dumpling still to find and is at level 94 is Eternity's End. Right, so we you know, we could, I mean, and in fact we will do that was a Pandora? Hang on a second. So if the random mimic from this encounter can possibly be a Pandora, then what? What is that? That changes things a little bit. Could it be? Could it also hang? I'm a little I may have to reevaluate my expectations. Maybe it can, in fact, be a skin mimic as well. If, in fact, it can be a Pandora, then perhaps it can be a skin mimic as well. If that's the case, then that's good. I guess we'll find out. Because we have a very high chance of finding mimics in this realm, because every single one of these oasis encounters, these little pools of water in this desert, have a chance of spawning 2 chests, one of which is a guaranteed mimic. And as we've seen just now, that mimic apparently also has a chance of being a Pandora? That's certainly given me something to think about. We'll have to keep an eye out and hit all of these oases and not just leave them. I mean, you'd want to hit them anyway because you get a good amount of favor for doing them. Let's quickly take out the Rift Dancer Master as we continue to ponder this situation. Let's just keep our eyes out. Not write anybody off. The only thing I think we can write off is the mini boss rooms, the ones with the 2 chests at the end of them, which I don't think are eligible to be mimics at all, And obviously, if they can't be mimics at all, then they, even more obviously, cannot be skin mimics. The one, of course, being a subset of the other. Right, well, that's disappointing. A disappointing couple of rounds, not a single mimic in... Well, we found a couple mimics, but as we've just been talking about, we're not sure if they can be skin mimics. We just think that they probably can, but we're not 100% sure. Not just yet, anyway. What do we want to do? We want to continue doing pilgrimages. Okay, we're past level 90 with everybody. That's good. That means 91 is now the lowest level. Right. All right. And let's continue on. Next realm is going to be the Nether boss Kila, which is going to be taken in the Refuge of the Magi. Alright. Bit of an annoying realm because of the Nephilim clerics, I think, are the ones that sort of screw up our fermented hops damage. So... Well, I mean, there's not much we can do. You can't really avoid combat in this game. One thing I think that could maybe make this game a little bit more interesting is to give players ways of just just avoiding a combat without having to forfeit the entire realm. Right. And not that I think it's something specifically that the game needs, but it could be like a nice quality of life feature for when you're not interested in getting into extra combat and all you want to do is like you want to run in, run out, and be done with the realm quickly. Uh, oh my god, stop it. Shield bearer and protected is a miserable combination. We're already completing prophecy lines. That's nice. Alright. Let's take out some of these dudes and let's... Oh my god, more of this nonsense! Stop it. Stop it. Alright. Alright, let's do it like that. And let's take out the Phase Warrior Master. This is... could have been a lot more annoying than that. Man, I got a 256. Alright. Let's deal with that nonsense when we get home. A 256 rarity netherstone. That's the wrong kind of summon. That is a treasure golem. We're not interested in fighting treasure golems. Alright. Let's go. Collect the treasure. And do this. And do... I guess we're done. Well, no. There might be some chests down here. Because we are farming for mimics, we should exhaustively search these realms. Yeah, you see, we missed that chest. And I guess we missed a bit of favor as well. And this. Only 50 favor though is kind of annoying. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's do... Yeah, we don't need to hand in any specific projects, so we'll hold on to all of them from now on. And we'll go to the next realm, which is gonna be Gambler's Hive. So easy. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Did we don't? Yeah, yes, we did. Okay, let's go this. Lots of extra chests do spawn in this realm, but I'm not sure. As always, I am not sure what the rules are for non-standard chests that spawn in. I'm sure if I look through my hundreds of episodes, you know, the many runs we've done in Gambler's Hive, since unlocking the God bonus where these extra chests spawn, if indeed they could give you mimics, then I'm sure I would have seen it happen at least once. But I mean, like, I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I'm just gonna sit here and just wonder, you know. All right, let's go like this. We're almost done with the breaking stuff. objective as well. Right. Let's carry on through this realm. Easy. Oh, another buried treasure. So we're getting through those pretty quickly. We need to find riddle dwarves, though. That one is possibly going to be one of the roadblocks to this Rune of Prophecies in general. Anyway, let's go down like this. Find the treasure like that. Go to the right side like this. Go down like so. I hate it when the realm layout makes you take such a long detour. Alright, let me also check something. We need to break 2 more things, which of course is going to happen in the next realm. We'll do Frostbite Caverns next. Alright, let's do it like so. Alright. Okay, nice. I mean, I'll do it. Even though I hate giving up resources, Pandora fight gives you a good amount of loot. Oh, I forgot to destroy the Nether Stone. Right, we're done. Right, let's go like that. We'll have to take out that Nether Stone when we're done. Alright. Alright. Let's go like this. Like so. Like so. Take out these guys. Take out you. 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 Shut up. You. The exit is there. There's a Pando shrine there as well. Alright, let's go like this. Grab that. There's a riddle dwarf. Man, I don't know. I don't know. It could be sorcery, it could be chaos, it could be nature, it could even be death, man. Siralim. Fireball. Is chaos. Like, it could literally have been any one of these, man. Come on, game. Come on, game. Also, we've got to do this quest objective as well. These campfires. So let's keep an eye out for those. No mimics other than the guaranteed mimic spawns inside the barons. Once again, a disappointing show. A disappointing showing. A poor showing from the game in terms of even giving us chances to find the things that we're looking for. This is why I'm not going to be spending the entire time farming, because it does really destroy your morale if you go too long when you're specifically farming for something without, not only without finding it, but without even feeling like you're being given chances to find it. Yeah, that's a sad fact about games like this is they can kind of ruin your mental health if you don't rein yourself in, and if you don't play them with the... Where are these? So there's one. And if you don't play them with, you know, like these transactional expectations that, oh, if I play this for 2 hours, I should find something. No, I mean, you might play it for 2 hours and you might not find anything, right? Which is why, in my opinion, the best way to play games is to ease off on the farming and instead spend more time just playing games to enjoy other things about the game, like the aesthetic, like the music, some other aspect of the game where even if there's nothing to quote-unquote farm, there's still things to enjoy. And, you know, you can even spend some time farming, but just don't go overboard on it, which is why after this round, we are gonna be easing off on the farm. Chance to resist damage is annoying. I wanted to do a different round, but you know what? we'll do the Frostbite Caverns again. It's fine. We'll do Frostbite again. It's fine. I just won't do any optional combat, because this realm does suck. I guess we'll do this. Oh, there's our dumpling. So now, even if we don't find any dumplings, we will we'll be fine. We'll at least have... Fuck off, dude. We'll at least have completed the objective. So we've gotta fight more creatures in order to summon this boss. Alright. No mimics so far. Ooh, but we get another buried treasure. That's nice. We're getting through those things fairly easily. Alright. Let's get this done, and then we'll be doing random realms. Alright, that wasn't too bad, and that gives us 6,000 reputation, takes us to 744. Okay. Let's take out the Golem Master. And then I do believe we're done. No, we need to find the buried treasure, right? Was there buried treasure? Am I imagining things? Was there? I don't know, man. This is why you need to have like an icon in the bottom left, which tells you if you've picked up a treasure map but you haven't found the treasure yet. Because it's really easy to forget because there's so much happening in every realm. So many distractions. Yes, there was one. Alright. Alright, well. Oh, I hate it when you get sent down this, like, these long corridors and then they don't connect to the rest of the realm. I feel like, I mean, there's nothing wrong in principle with the random spawning, like the random realm generation doing stuff like that, but I think the realm generation should be a little bit smarter is in that if it's doing that, then it should be guaranteed to have some rare spawn in it. Like, for sure, by the time you get inside, it's gonna have like a riddle dwarf or like a pandemonium shrine or like an exotic portal or something like that. You can't have the game generate a room like that and then all there is just like a random completely ordinary realm object at it. It doesn't feel good, man. Anyway, we're gonna continue on. Random realms now. Oh. Random realms now on instability 0. Sanctum Umbra, you know, you get sent to realms where you got nothing to find. Then you just enjoy the ambiance, the music, the you know, the realm aesthetics, and that's a big part of what makes this game special is how much I've mentioned this before, and I'll probably mention it many times in the future as well, is that a big part of what makes this game feel good to play. And even when you think you're playing it in a way where it doesn't matter, right? Like maybe you're hardcore, like just farming for anointments. Maybe you're like running the same realm over and over again. Even with all of that, the fact that the core, the fact that care was taken to create a certain kind of coherent experience, that no matter which realm you go to, there's going to be a proper theme, everything ties together nicely, the music as well. The fact that the game does that makes every part of the game feel better. Even parts of the game where you think you're not, you know, immersing yourself in you know, like the aesthetics of the game. The aesthetics are still doing their job. And an easy way to prove this to yourself is, if you, like me, have ever gotten sucked into these, you know, predatory mobile games, which will, on a superficial level, they'll mimic the gameplay of games like this, but then there's like no care at all has been put into like the aesthetics. It's just like every single creature is a palette swap. There's very little unique artwork. And then you play a game like this where there are no palette swaps, right? These are all different drawings. They all look different, right? The abominations, uh, like they're so different, and they're like different, and also sometimes even in a surreal kind of way. Like these are abominations that are undead creatures stitched together, and then there's a random one that's like a cloth abomination, which is like stuffed animal toys stitched together. Like, yeah, you play a game like this and compare how you feel, even if all you're doing is like farming for something. Compare how you feel playing a game like this versus playing a game where they don't have this level of care, and it's gonna be no contest. Assuming your senses work, assuming you can see and can hear, you will know that there's a difference, right? Having said that, even though, you know, the game's aesthetics will do their job, regardless of how you're playing, including if you're hardcore, grinding the same thing over and over again because you need one specific drop, I still think you shouldn't spend too much time playing that way. But that's for different reasons, right? That's because if you play in a way where you'll feel like nothing useful happened unless you find that specific thing, then it can kind of poison your enjoyment of the game. Right, and we're back in the Barrens. We will be opening all the chests once again. Looking for mimics. And we've been having pretty abysmal luck so far on that front. Oh my god, this realm sucks. Alright, we'll do that. Alright, we got a random card from one of those. Okay. Yeah. Let's keep things moving along. Alright, take out these guys. Easy. Go like so. Alright, like this. How do we get there? We could go down like this. Then go up like this. Grab you. And... no mimics. Not even any mimic spawns from those oases. Which is a little bit annoying, but you know what? It's fine. Wait, also at some point we hit Competent Pyromancer 3. Oh, man, stop giving me stuff I don't need. I don't need cards. I just need mimic encounters. So please, game. Please. Can we just you know, get on the same page here about what we're trying to accomplish? All right, it's like this. Man, nah, son, we're really not having great luck are we? Alright, well... nothing to do but just to keep going forward. Back in Sanctum Umbra. This is one thing I'd fix about the random the random realm generation, is that in addition to not sending you to the same realm twice in a row, which it still sometimes does, so for sure that should be removed. Or at least there should be two options, like for people, I don't know, who are it's really important to them that it be proper randomness, where you can have the same thing twice in a row. You can keep that option, but then you can have a different option for people like me, a more relaxed form of randomness, where it won't send you to any of the realms that you've seen in the last 5 realms that you went to. After 5 realms, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the same realm like 5 or 6 realms later, but I don't really want to see it again this soon after having already gone to it. If I'm doing random realms, I think the main goal of doing random realms is you want to see variety, and you don't want to see the same thing too many times in quick succession. So, yeah, that's just how I think. One thing I think that I genuinely think would make the game noticeably more enjoyable is if they tweaked it slightly, so that you wouldn't see the same realm twice in a row, or even if it's one of the recently visited realms. Alright, so we gotta take out soul flares. Need to actually pay attention to these objectives and not just skip past them. And there's the other one. And is there any reason to hang around this realm? I guess we might find like a buried treasure or a riddle dwarf. But we might even hand in this Rune of Prophecies early upon finding one more buried treasure instead of trying to force the issue and looking for riddle dwarves. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, this realm is a little bit of a nightmare. Oh god. How spread out how spread out and disconnected it is. Anyway, let's just keep going this way. Okay, whatever. We'll just keep going. Let's go up. Go easy up like this. Okay, nothing here, so we're just gonna keep on moving. Next realm. Gamblers Hive, once again, we will be opening up all the chests here. And we gotta play a large slot machine. I can do that. Alright, let's hit one of these. The Ouroboros. Take you down. We also check one thing. Because of the beast... the bestiary total is still glitched. It's 1362 out of 1361. I figured maybe eventually there's gonna be like a hotfix or something. But there isn't. Right. Gotta make sure we open all these chests. Easy. And I guess we'll do a little bit of extra combat, why not? Some extracurricular combat. Yeah, let's go up. And around. Let's go down, nothing there. Looking for one more buried treasure. Would love to find that and just be done with it. Would love to also find a mimic and be done with that. The game seems intent on not cooperating. Alright, let's take out these guys. And, you know, let's just do the large slot machine. And let's take out you, the Electropod Master. And there's lots of dwarves in this realm, but not the riddle dwarves that we need. I guess we'll just keep moving along. Is there any reason to stay? Oh. That was I think the last chest. Yep, looks like it. Right, so we're gonna continue on. Arachnid nest, absolutely nothing to find in this realm. Ooh, nice. Fryden is dead ships. So now we are actually a little bit closer to getting the Riddle Dwarf thing done. I'm gonna do exactly what I need in this realm. Nothing more and nothing less. Now let's see if we can find this, I think that was our last chaos creatures killed. Level 96 with this master. That's another thing I'm curious about. What happens? Does anything at all happen? Even if it's like a cosmetic change, do you get like a different like mastery icon if you hit level 100 with any of the masters? But there are a bunch of other like bunch of other things that I would do before farming for something like that. Things where I for sure know that there are unique things to unlock. So we'll keep that one on the back burner for now. Does not look like there are any buried treasures in this realm. Oh yeah, and the other question obviously is, what happens if you hit level okay. Thank you. What happens if you hit level 200 with any of the gods? Does anything interesting happen there? My suspicion is probably not. Probably not. There's the exit. Just hit this. And we're already at Mindworm. I'll be doing a little bit of off-screen farming. Enemies fuse with... Well, we gotta roll 402. Enemies fuse with dragons. Should be fine. Forbidden Depths, nothing to find. Nothing to find here. We're just gonna run through and take out Mindworm and then be done with it. Okay, this is interesting. Redstone Imler, let me just look this up. I think it's nature, but I don't want to mess this up. Imler is nature. Yeah, okay. I was correct. That means we just have one each. One more of that. One more of this. Good. B&D gives us 300. And then we don't get anything there. That's fine. Let's summon this false god. Damage to creatures, gain 10 buffs is fine. Oh, extra traits, I see. I see. 7 debuffs is fine. They got the Pitworm Master, there we go. Oh, oh no, I didn't want it. I did not want to fight it. Fucking treasure golem. Man. Fuck off, dude. Yeah, that took way too long. That's a dumpling that you spawned. Not really interested. But thanks for the gesture, I suppose. This is the third or... like the third card we found this episode. At least the one that I noticed. It's possible that others dropped when I wasn't fully, you know, switched on. When I was just like... my eyes were glazed over and I was just waiting for some realm to end. That's possible. Anyway, let's go like this. Loses less stats is fine. Should be pretty much done. Have we spawned? Oh, we spawned the false god portal and I just didn't see it. There we go. And there we go. That's what we like to see. And let's take that. Keeping treasure gives us 7,600 reputation with the Life Guild, takes us past level 750, which feels pretty nice. This fight was annoying. 178, I'm gonna have to destroy that one. Alright, where's the exit? There's the exit. So I will be doing a little... I do not care about that dumpling. I will be doing a little bit of off-screening just to get this final treasure map and this final Dumpling. I'll be doing said off-screening in Eternity's End again. And it should not actually take that long, because I'm just gonna keep going until I find one treasure map and one riddle dwarf. So we'll do it like this in Eternity's End. I guess I'll do one realm just to keep it on screen, because we haven't been going that long. We've only been going like 55 minutes. I guess we can do a little bit of on screening. So just to show you how I even do this farming when I'm off screening, I always lower the realm depth because I want to make sure everything dies in one hit, and also it doesn't cause any problems, and also doesn't advance the game, because I don't want to be advancing, you know, the realm depths, because certain false god fights, sorry, yeah, well, I mean false gods, but also certain nether boss fights are really annoying, and if I'm just going deeper into the realm depths, then it's gonna raise the likelihood that I'm, you know, gonna fight Chroma again, or like Flubris, and that's not the kind of stuff when it's not the kind of stuff you want to do when all you want to do is just do some, like, just relax for a bit. Hey, there's a riddle dwarf. That helps. That's one of the two things that we needed. I mean, I don't know, dude. Again, I think aspect of time is nature, but I'm not sure. Time is a creature or a spell? It's a creature, and it's nature. That's what I thought it was gonna be. That's one of our two objectives already crossed off. Now we just need to find the buried treasure. And all the while also opening every chest, and also keeping an eye out for potential dumpling encounters. Nothing there. Okay. Really? Like, are mimics that rare? Are they that rare? I guess they are. Guess they are. Well, this is not really. Well, we're not really. The point of this isn't necessarily to farm. The point of this is to just get our Rune of Prophecies completed, and then we're like, okay, if we're gonna be doing extra realms, we might as well be doing extra realms intelligently, and because we have two different things to find in this realm, that's the wrong thing, but thanks for trying, game. You gotta give me a buried treasure. Let's go down. Let's go this way. I will hit this pando. And let's go like this. Oh yeah, we have to do all of the 3 spheres in this realm. I usually leave those aside because the only thing you get from doing those is you get a lot of favor, and you do actually get a lot of favor, but running around finding them when you're doing quick farming isn't necessarily something that I'm interested in. Plus, if I'm doing this realm that many times, I'm gonna be gaining a lot of favor with the god anyway. So, you know, I don't... As good as the favor that you get out of this is, I don't necessarily need to be going out of my way to get it. Alright, we got one more to find, and then there's a couple. And then there's at least one more chest. Oh my god, dude, come on. What am I... Oh, it's all the way to the right. I walked right past it. And you'll see the amount of favor that you get. 150 for doing that. 500 for all 3 of them. And because this one was also the quest objective, then we get the 200 for completing the quest objective. Like, come on, just give me one buried treasure. Like, just one? One? Yeah, we'll keep doing this until we get a buried treasure. I think doing stuff like this on screen every once in a while is also worthwhile, because I do appreciate it when Let's Players off-screen things, but I also do appreciate it when every once in a while they don't off-screen, and sometimes they'll just be like, oh, I'm just being lazy. But it's, first of all, if we're talking about laziness, as somebody watching a video, if I'm that bothered by the fact that they've left this farming in, it doesn't take that much effort for me to, you know, hover my cursor over the like the video progress bar and guess when they've probably finished this farming, and like just skip ahead to that part manually. And oftentimes I end up doing that, but just seeing how long the process takes is useful, especially if it's a game that I'm also playing, and maybe one where I'm not as familiar with the mechanics. Because like, it's fine if you're leaving things out. If you're doing like a supercut style video, but in your longer form videos, I think like leaving things out should be done sparingly, and only if there's a pressing need to cut things out. Having said that, if within the next 2 realms I don't find a buried treasure, we will actually be off-screening it, because it's been enough, I think. And I also neglected to pay attention to the quest objective, which is why I've been forced to backtrack, but that's okay. So we'll do 2 more realms, and if no buried treasure emerges out of either of them, we will go off screen. Oh, easy. Man, no, dude. Not more riddled dwarves. Just give me a buried treasure, man. Come on. Man, come on. Man, come on. I said I'd do one more after this one, and then off-screen it. Yeah, I'll stick to that. I'll stick to that. Too many cards, man. I wish I could just trade like 5 of these cards for like this one's a bit of a stretch. Like, imagine if there was some mechanic in this game where you could sacrifice a bunch of cards in order to force some rare encounter to show up. That one, I feel like, yeah, it's yeah, I'm not saying the game should even have such a mechanic in it, because it would be a weird mechanic, but I'm just saying it would be interesting. Man, it's a struggle. I've already lost track. Like, was this the last realm, or did I say I do one more? I'll do the next one after this. Well, there isn't gonna be a next one after this because we've already gotten our treasure map. Well, that makes things simple. We're gonna hand in our treasure map, and then we're gonna hand in our Rune of Prophecies. And because we have 5 missions all ready to hand in, we should be able to just like not have to save scum. We also have a Goblet of Trials ready to hand in. Regardless, though, hang on a second. There's another stone I had to destroy. There's 178. Wait. 175? Or is it 170 something? Hang on a second, dude. $158? Nope. Did I already take care of it? Maybe I did. Who knows? I'm not gonna spend any more time on that. We're just gonna hand in this Rune of Prophecies, and we're gonna call it good. All right. Let's. I'll save regardless, just in case for some reason we need to, you know, go back and try for a different one. Alright. Arena battles is fine. 1 experiment mission. Goblet of Trials. 2 forge missions. Now, are we doing a forge mission? We can hand in this forge mission and fix that. Okay, and then we have to start a training mission as well. Make sure you start another forge mission, one experiment mission, and then a training mission. 4 riddle dwarves, 5 pandos. All right, seems reasonable. Scratch cards and Siralim is the gambling. All right, we'll do these one at a time. First of all, Goblet. That also saves the game, by the way. So in case you want to save scum, make sure you don't like reflexively open the Goblet of Trials after you know, if you ever feel like, oh, there's something I don't want to save the current state of my game, don't accidentally interact with the goblet. I will be re-rolling it until it's back on the pyro. Any day now. There we go. And then we'll quickly do some arena combat. Confused? Yeah, confusing enemies is fine. This seems fine. Oh, that's nice. I should have checked to see how many arena battles we needed to win. I'll try that, I guess. What does deep freeze do? I scream, man. That's great. What is deep? Let me just look this up. It might be a new spell. Enemies have a 50% chance to be afflicted with frozen. Okay, that's. It's actually not that great. I'll take that. Alright. So I guess we're gonna, just to be on the safe side, try to win 10 battles. So just to be on the safe side, we're gonna be trying to win 10 battles. Alright, the lack of AoE is making this a bit longer than I would have liked, but that's okay. Because we'll get it done eventually. Alright. Oh my god. Okay, that's okay. We are at round 8 already. That was annoying. Round 9. Excuse me? The fuck was that, dude? The fuck was that? the fuck was going on in that battle anyway. That's number 10 won. And let's forfeit. So how many did we need to win? 8. Alright. Yeah, that's close enough. So we'll do, what was it? Siralim and scratch cards. Oh no, dude. The one thing I was gonna say was don't give me extra turns. No, dude. No. Okay, we're done. Just make sure we're done with the gambling. Yes. Now let's start handing in stuff. Also, yeah, let's quickly set a new bounty before I forget. Do a Hydronox again, I think. Yeah. And let's go like this. Hand in all these projects. We'll start a new project, a new forage. Training. Health. And then we'll do an assassination. We're still doing dryads, I think. And then we'll do pilgrimage. Anybody at 91 or below? Ariamaki, you're next. And it really doesn't matter, really. But I guess we'll start up. I don't know. Experiment mission. Alright. And I think we're done. You've got our forge happening, got our training mission happening. Alright, let's reflect on what was accomplished this episode in terms of achievements. All we are really doing right now is we're getting our realm quest achievements done, and we are now 30 realm quests in with the pyromancer. And once we're done with that, then we'll move on to the next one. That's the main takeaway. We also, once again, spent a few realms farming for mimic skins. None of them showed up, but you know what? It'll take time. We expect that it'll take us a while, so that's okay. Also, actually, no, I think that's about it. Let's just see how the other progress is going. Let's take a look at creature parts. 7.17. Okay, that feels like maybe we went slightly up in this episode. Who knows? And we also handed in one fully completed Rune of Prophecies, which leaves us at 3760 prophecy lines and 464 overall runes of prophecy. Alright, I think we're gonna call it here. I'm gonna say thanks for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you'll join me next time for more Siralim, and until then, my friends, take care.